Hello everyone, I'm the Rich Dragon Master. Here today, it hurts to look at. Here today with more Pokemon, with the Pokemon X Nuzlocke challenge. Yeah, I would be more ecstatic, but I'm still recovering. I just finished. Well, let me explain why I'm so pissed off right now. I recorded the first episode and a little bit of the second episode of the series. And I'll explain what the series is going to be after I get done. I recorded the beginning of this series, but Citra, the emulator I'm using, I hit a button and it crashed. I didn't have a chance to save at all, and I lost everything. The footage is there, but I obviously can't use it because now I have to restart from the very beginning again. Nyla Bear. So now I have to redo everything I did. Now let me explain what the series is to hopefully bring up the mood. This series is going to be me going backwards through each and every Pokemon game doing a Nuzlocke challenge. A Nuzlocke challenge is self-imposed rules that are supposed to make the game harder. I'll be going over those rules once we can actually enforce them. The rules aren't enforceable until I get Pokeballs and I am able to catch Pokemon. So, it's going to be, and I've timed it, about 15 minutes before I can even do anything. By the way, you might see that a bunch of shit, I don't fucking know, honestly. Let's just get into this game, you know? It's a fresh take on one of the easiest games in the series. Neither bear. My cat's on my lap, and she won't leave. What was I gonna say? The easiest game in the series until Sword and Shield comes out. Yeah, the reason I'm doing it backwards is because of how formatting works. And we're not doing 7th gen, I want to save that for another time. Because that's the 3D game I actually like the most. And we're also not doing remakes, and we're doing the third game in a series, if applicable. So, how this is going to work is we're going to play X, and then we're going to do Black or White 2, whatever I decide. Glitch, Platinum, Emerald, Crystal, and then Fire Red or Leaf. Fire Red or not Fire Red, Red or Blue. I was gonna say green, but that was the Japanese version before they updated it for the American audience. I'm sure if you watched any fucking Game Theory or anything, you'll know. God. So we're just gonna keep on going and going. What was it again? Yeah, I talked about this in a test recording, and I might as well talk about it now. And I'm trying to think of some stuff. I have been keeping up with Pokemon as Sword and Shield has been going on, and I gotta say, like, the recent developments of the game have just really made the game seem even worse than it should be, or any right that it has to be. Because Sword and Shield could be, because I'm not gonna say could have or should have, because obviously the game's not out, and it's completely unfair to say those terms on a game that isn't out yet. but it looks to be like it should be one of the best Pokemon games of all time. But I'll just do low T. I named it. I had a funny nickname, but I just don't want to take the time to do it again. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta do the actual fun part, where I get to decide. The randomness gets to decide. This isn't a randomized Nuzlocke. It's still gonna be vanilla Pokemon, but I got dice here. 1, 2, Chespin, 3, 4, Fennekin, 5, 6, Froakie. Take my word for it, by the way. Hold on. It fell off the table. It doesn't count. There we go. 5, that was Froakie. I've actually never used Froakie, but with all the news and leaks and rumors that have come out about Pokemon have really just damaged it. Because it looks like there's only going to be 400 total Pokemon. Froakie, oh, it's a feat. Dude, that's actually... Wow. I even got a rare Froakie. Starters usually only have a 12.5 chance of being female. Ooh, Bubbles then. Oh, shit. The Gigantamax forms make no fucking sense. Mainly Eevee and Pikachu. Well, Pikachu kind of makes sense since, you know, he's the mascot of the series. Eevee doesn't. Because it's like, why even fucking evolve Eevee in any of its other forms, you know? And it looks to be even easier than this game. Because, like, in this game, with the EXP share being like 100% to the battling Pokemon, 50% to everyone else, you still have at least the option to turn it off, and I'm gonna do that for this series, unless I'm really hankering. Like, say, if a integral party member dies right before a gym battle and I need someone to swap in, I'll probably turn on the EXP share just to get them up to level. But that'll probably be it. But in Sword and Shield, you can't do that. EXP share is perma on, and there's just a lot going on with the game, and like they say they cut right all the other Pokemon so they could focus on high quality animations. Oh, God. But with all the release footage and the stream that was played today and like all this other shit that's been shown, it just seems like all the Pokemon have their normal character specific animation and general special attack, physical attack animations. That's it. Oh, and their damage taking animation. And some people will say, oh wait, look at the animation the Pokemon does for this move and this move. That's unique. To them, yes, but they're going to do that for each move that they do, right? So when you see a Pokemon like, what's his name? The fucking Score Bunny do the fucking high jump kick thing where he's lifting each leg. And I haven't seen much else, by the way. He's probably just gonna kick each leg for every physical attack, and he'll do like a mouth opening animation when he leans forward for his special attack animations. And that's generally how it goes. And like even in one of these footage footage is they reuse one of the Rivals animations from Gen 7 for the rival in Gen 8, his talking animation. And it feels like they're just buying excuses instead of doing something else, you know? Like, I feel like the backlash wouldn't be as bad if they actually did something else. But I'm genuinely unsure of what they could have done to mitigate the backlash of them just something. Because obviously it wasn't an animation issue that they decided to cut all the other Pokemon. It was something else. And it wasn't a storage issue, because in Gen 7, a 3DS game was able to handle about 800 Pokemon. But with this new game supposedly only having half of that, storage isn't an excuse, and it can't be used as one unless they're so fucking incompetent, right? With their programming, because if you know the programming on like Sun and Moon, like unique characters, they weren't just put up, like their models was an AI or whatever the fuck, weren't put off to the side and then called for each specific map or area. Each map and area they appeared in, their model existed there, and it was a completely unique. I won't say unique, but like well, I guess unique would be the better term, but lack of a better term. Like their model would be the same for each area for the most part, but each area has that model instead of each area calling or pulling that model for that area. You know? So I think it was just a development thing. Really. And it wasn't an animation thing, like we all know. But the only people that are really gonna know why, like, the full reason why all Pokemon were cut, or not all, but like 60%, are the people who are actually working on the game. And and you know, that's getting me thinking again about another game that is actually out. Death Stranding. I haven't played the game. I plan on... Well, I don't know if I really want to play it quite yet. Because I've seen a lot of gameplay footage, right? And I've seen reviews and first impressions from, like, people I respect or just random people. And it's just, like... I don't know what to think of the game. Like, because on one hand, right, I try to reserve my judgment for games I haven't played, unless I've seen a lot of the game to at least get a good idea what the game looks like and what it probably plays like. And only in those circumstances do I fully judge a game. And I'm trying not to do that with Death Stranding, or at least not judge the game. But then again, fuck me, dude. I'm seeing all this footage, and it just looks like a boring-ass game where you're just walking with frustrating game mechanics of just lean left or right. And it looks like an interesting movie, right? And that's the term I want to use for this game, because that's what Kojima's presenting this game as. It's like a fucking movie. with gameplay put in it, you know? I don't know. It's just hard, kind of weird for me. Because I really liked Metal Gear Solid 5 and Metal Gear Solid 4. Those are the only... Well, I completed Metal Gear Solid 4. Quote-unquote completed. I just finished the story. And Metal Gear Solid 5, I haven't even finished yet. I think I've only played like 3 hours. Discounting cutscenes, because I usually just skip that shit. Because I don't want to fucking watch an hour-long cutscene. I think if I do end up playing Death Stranding, I think I'll just pull up a fucking story summary of each cutscene. And then skip each cutscene. Because if I wanted to watch a movie in my game, I'd watch a movie, right? But it's just a whole lot of bullshit. By the way, I was right. I'd say it would take about 15 minutes to get to this part, and it at the bottom of my timer. And yours, I guess, because I don't think I'll have to cut out too much. At the bottom of my timer, it's been about 17 minutes. So, I fucking called it. But that now we can actually... I don't know if I've gone over the rules. Skip ahead like 20 seconds or 30 seconds if I have, but I'll go over the rules again. Rule number 1. If a Pokemon gets knocked out, you're no longer allowed to use that Pokemon. It's considered dead. You're supposed to release it, but for this series, we're going to just put them in a box so we can commemorate them at the end of each season. But I'm just gonna not... They're still gonna be dead. And rule number 2 is you can only catch one Pokemon per route, and it's the first one you see. That Pidgey and that Zigzagoon we ran into don't count because I wasn't able to catch any Pokemon. But now they do count. So we're gonna go into the tall grass. We're gonna go into the tall grass. There we go. And find our first Pokemate. Bunnelby! Yay! Please be a female. Because this is one of the This is one of the Pokemon I caught during the lost footage. Or the lost gameplay. And it was a female and I named it Lola, but I'll still catch this one and just name it Bugs. Bubbles! Use Bubble! I didn't even realize that. It knows Bubble. And it's Bubble it's gotta learn something else. But we're about to catch our first member, the second member of the team. And probably the only other Pokemon that's gonna appear in the opening for the next episode. Because we are gonna have a special opening animation based on one of the JoJo OPs. Or something. Yeah, I explained it at the beginning of this, right? No, I didn't, actually. Or did I? I'm trying to think now. Did I spoil what episode the series, the OPs? Oh, whatever. It's whatever. Well, we're gonna name him Bugs. Yay! And we're actually at the 20-minute mark, which is the goal of each episode. So I'm gonna hit save. And we're gonna call it right there. If you like this episode, hit the like button. And if you want to see the next episode and the OP I was talking about, go ahead and hit subscribe and tune back in however I want to do these. Maybe they'll be once a week. Maybe they'll be every other day. Who knows? And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.